Hey, what's up, guys? So look, this morning I got some test results back for coronavirus and it came back positive.
Hello, everybody. I wanted to announce that I had COVID-19 a little while ago. Very lucky, very mild symptoms.
My wife, Lauren, as well as my two baby girls, and myself, we have all tested positive for COVID-19.
Well, as we know, the virus has led to us being locked down for weeks or months at a time, affecting people all over the world. Regardless of race, age, wealth, or gender, this virus really didn't and doesn't discriminate, infecting over 30 million people worldwide at the time of this recording. Of course, this means that just like the rest of us, some of our favorite actors, musicians, athletes, and personalities also contracted the illness, but thankfully, the majority of them were able to recover. Still, this has led to those fortunate enough to recover to raise awareness regarding the seriousness of our situation, with celebrities taking to their social media and TV to urge people to follow government official protocols such as wearing a face mask and adhering to social distancing. Today on IO, we're counting down the top 10 celebrities that got corona and recovered. What's up, guys? Welcome back to InformOverload. I'm your host today, Jared Bronstein, and we are talking about a very serious topic. I don't really care what you believe in, or don't. I just ask that you guys wear masks when you go out in public, just because if you don't, oh well, I don't know, it's pretty rude. If you guys enjoy these top 10s, click the playlist, link right up here for some similar content. Also be sure to stick around to the end of this one for some common replies from another video. For now, let's get right into business. Starting things off at number 10, we got Bryan Cranston. The 64-year-old actor who has been a staple in the acting industry from his days on Malcolm in the Middle to his incredible performances as Walter White over the course of Breaking Bad, the man is quite a recognizable face and figure. And given his large following of 2.7 million Instagram followers, Cranston decided to take time to educate them all on how serious the virus is and talk about his recovery. In the 2.5-minute video, which currently has over 500,000 views, Cranston encouraged his followers to take things seriously. He would caption the post, "COVID-19 announcement. Hi. About now you're probably feeling a little tied down, restricting your mobility, and like me, you're tired of this. Well, I just want to encourage you to have a little more patience. I was pretty strict in adhering to the protocols and still, I contracted the virus. Yep. It sounds daunting now that over 150,000 Americans are dead because of it. I was one of the lucky ones. Mild symptoms. I count my blessings and urge you to keep wearing the damn mask, keep washing your hands, and stay socially distant. We can prevail, but only if we follow the rules together. Be well, stay well, BC." Always wanted to just end emails and like things with just JB. I just think it's like such a boss thing to do. Or just J. Just like one letter. Just you know what my name is. I don't have to tell you. Now up next at number 9, Tom Hanks and Rita Wilson. It's two for the price of one here, but they're a couple, so we're putting them together in at number 9. These two were some of the first celebrities to contract the virus, which happened right around the start of the pandemic. To no surprise, when news first broke back in March that these two had contracted it, people freaked out. Updating fans with the occasional Twitter post every few days, Hanks and Wilson, both 63, first let everyone know they tested positive while in Australia, and after isolating for a couple of weeks, let everyone know they were heading back home. I quote one of Twitter posts reading, "Hey folks, we're home now, and like the rest of America, we carry on with sheltering in place and social distancing. Many, many thanks to everyone in Australia who looked after us. Their care and guidance made possible our return to the USA." Glad to hear that they recovered, and you know, it's a pretty scary time. Everyone kind of thought Tom Hanks was, you know, he was on his way out, and thankfully he kicked it. On to number 8, Antonio Banderas. The 60-year-old actor shared the news at the end of August that after a 3-week battle with the disease, he's gotten the best of it. In a tweet attached to a black and white photo of him quite literally kicking the virus, or so it appears, he wrote, "After 21 days of disciplinary confinement, I can say now that today I overcame the COVID-19 infection. I am cured. My thoughts go out to those who weren't as fortunate as me and those who suffered more than I did. I also wish strength to the ones who are currently in the middle of the fight." Currently filming for the movie Uncharted, which is a prequel to the video game series, it seems Banderas is back in business. However, the filming for the production as a whole was stopped due to the pandemic, so maybe Banderas will have some time to work on his lines. Although, if you know anything about the industry, the scripts usually change like 10 times before you get to set, and again as you walk from your trailer to set. Still happy to see he's on the mend and looking forward to his next film. Now at 7, Pink and her son Jameson Moon Hart. On an Instagram live with her friend and author Jen Pasteloff, Pink explained how both she and her son had contracted the virus. While speaking with Jen, she explained, "I really needed it. Thank you for the opportunity. We've been really sick. My 3-year-old Jameson has had the worst of it. I've had many nights where I've cried and I've never prayed more in my life. At one point I heard myself saying, I thought they promised us our kids would be okay, and it's not guaranteed. There's no one that is safe from this. Jameson's been really sick. I've kept a journal of his symptoms for the past 3 weeks and mine as well. He's still 3 weeks later theater has a 100-degree temperature. It's been a roller coaster. It's been a different roller coaster for both of us. She went on to explain that aside from the fever, he's dealt with, I quote, diarrhea and then constipation and then throwing up and pale and listless and lethargic and all the things that scare the bejesus out of you as a mama. Thankfully, the two have since tested negative for the disease, and while speaking with Ellen, she explained how her 3-year-old is finally fever-free after 3 weeks. At number 6, Dwayne Johnson. This is Hollywood's golden boy, aside from Tom Hanks, of course, who could do no wrong and should never be subject to anything bad, ever. So obviously when news broke that he and his family tested positive for the virus, much like Tom Hanks and Rita Wilson, the tabloids and social media went into a frenzy. On September 2nd, Johnson took to his Instagram to let everyone know he and his family have recovered from the illness, but it was scary times. I quote, "I wish it was only me who tested positive, but it wasn't. It was my entire family. So this one was a real kick in the gut. But I'm happy to tell you guys that we as a family are good. We're on the other end of it. We're on the other side. We're no longer contagious, and we are, thank God, we are healthy. I can tell you this has been one of the most challenging and difficult things we have ever had to endure as a family, and for me too personally as well, and I've gone through some doozies in the past." Johnson explained that while his daughters Jasmine 4 and Tiana 2 had mild sore throats for several days and bounced back, he and his wife Lauren Haitian had a tough go. Halfway at number 5, Neil Patrick Harris. NPH, as I like to call him, admitted on an episode of The Today Show that he and his entire family came down with the sickness early on. NPH, 47, is married to David Burkta, 45, and they have 2 9-year-old twins in Harper and Gideon. When speaking on the experience, Harris explained it happened very early, like late March, early April. We were doing our best before, and I thought I had the flu, and I didn't want to be paranoid about it. And then I lost my sense of taste and smell, which was a big indicator, so we holed up. Although he said it was not a pleasant experience, NPH reiterated that they are feeling good and, I quote, "want to make sure everyone's doing their best to slow this down every way possible, for sure." Now, I'm not a doctor, but I hear social distancing, wearing a face mask, and washing your hands can help stop the spread, and I'm asking you, a citizen of wherever it is that you're from watching this video, to please do exactly that. Especially if you live in Toronto, because, you know, that's where I live, and, like, you know, but worldwide too, but especially Toronto. Bringing us to number 4, Robert Pattinson. As we know, production for the Batman film was halted due to the pandemic in March, when seemingly everything was shut down, but things had to stop again when it was determined Pattinson had tested positive for the virus. Although nothing was officially announced from the production side of things, Warner Brothers released a statement which reads, "A member of the Batman production has tested positive for COVID-19 and is isolating in accordance with established protocols. Filming is temporarily paused." Vanity Fair then confirmed that Pattinson was in fact the one to come down with the illness through a source. Variety has since been informed that filming has resumed and Pattinson is feeling better, with a spokesperson for Warner Brothers Pictures telling Variety, "Following a hiatus for COVID-19 quarantine precautions, filming has now resumed on The Batman in the UK. Gonna be a good one, very excited, glad to hear he recovered, and I'm ready to see him kick some ass." Well, actually, I know how to actually box, guys, that's me just joking around. I know when you fight, you do one of these. In at number 3, we got Madonna. On May 6th, the star posted to her Instagram page letting all of her fans and followers know that while on her Madam X tour, she contracted the virus. At first, she thought it was a bad flu, but then tested positive. The caption read, "I'm grateful that I can be part of supporting research to find the cure for COVID-19. And just to clear things up for people who would rather believe sensationalist headlines than do their own research about the nature of this virus, I am not currently sick. When you test positive for antibodies, it means you had the virus, which I clearly did as I was sick at the end of my tour in Paris over 7 weeks ago, along with many other artists in my show, but at the time we all thought we had a very bad flu. Thank God we're all healthy and well now. Hope that clears things up for the bandwagon jumpers. Knowledge is power, hashtag COVID-19. This was posted right around the time the 62-year-old was making headlines for attending a birthday party in which very few were seen wearing masks and no social distancing was implemented. And at number 2, Idris Elba. In a video which was posted on March 16th to Twitter and viewed over 34.5 million times, Elba alongside his wife Sabrina explained they've tested positive for the virus and are taking the necessary precautions to stay healthy and kick it. The video itself was captioned, "This morning I tested positive for COVID-19. I feel okay. I have no symptoms so far, but I've been isolated since I found out about my possible exposure to the virus. Stay home, people, and be pragmatic. I will keep you updated on how I'm doing. No panic." After explaining that someone he knew had contracted it, Idris explained he got tested immediately, and when learning about his diagnosis, admitted, "It sucks. Look, this is serious. Now is the time to really think about social distancing, washing your hands." Finally, at number 1, Jillian Michaels. The fitness trainer who's always doing what she can to stay healthy battled this nasty illness, but thankfully is now on the other side of it. Speaking with Fox Business on September 8th, 46-year-old Michaels explained how she got the disease several weeks ago and warned that a public gym is a place to avoid. I quote her saying, "I actually am a person who let my guard down. I haven't even spoken about this publicly really, and a very close friend of mine gave me COVID several weeks ago." She wanted to say that she got on the other side of it pretty quick, but also admitted that both she and her friend didn't know that they had it for 6 days after coming into contact with one another. Some scary stuff. And there you guys have it for the top 10 celebrities that got corona and recovered. Let me know your thoughts on this one down below. Thankfully, everyone has made a recovery, but unfortunately, not everyone has been as fortunate when battling this awful virus and disease. I'm just gonna cap this one off by encouraging you guys to please wash your hands, stay distanced, wear a mask, and overall just follow government guidelines. Let's stop the spread and put an end to this thing once and for all. For now, let's reply to some comments from the video, the real reason MrBeast hasn't been uploading. Nick Jarvis said, you would think this guy would use giving a subscriber $1 million or giving away a house to a pizza delivery driver instead of eating the world's largest slice of pizza. I mean, I'll be honest, I just went to MrBeast's page and the first 2 videos that I saw are the ones that I mentioned. I think everyone's very aware that he gives away a lot of money, does nice things, so. And if they're not, now they do. So, there you go. Erica Stone said, at least you took time to sign each and every one, which you don't see nowadays. MrBeast is a beast doing that. I totally agree. I know a lot of people that they'll get their signature traced or whatever, and they just print it on things, and then it's like, signed ball, signed shirt. And it's like, it's not signed by his hand though, it's like a print of it. So is that really that legit? Like, I need their physical germs all over the sweater so I know that they touched it. A little weird. I don't know. Seth Kobe said he literally made a video about this situation a few days ago. Yeah, he did, and that's why we reported on it, because we're a news channel and we report on things. So when things happen, we tend to report on the stories. So, that's what we do here. Anyways, guys, that's all for this one. I've been your host, Jared Bronson. You guys have been watching I.O., and we'll see you in the next one. Might have some bloopers, might not. I don't know. Let's find out. Well, as we know, this fantastic. To urge people to follow up. I don't even know where to pick up from, dude. I quote one of their sorry, bro, we're a little bit over because, you know, it happens.
That's okay.
Am I?
Yeah.
Oh.